you give, then it can happen. Then the miracle can happen to you. It can happen every day. You just gotta want that feeling. And if you like it and you want it, you'll get greedy for it.
Welcome once again, my fellow manipulators of digital fate. I'm Richie, this is Capricorn. Today's deck is one that I'm super excited about because we took a deck from Outlaws of Thunder Junction Standard Season and we absolutely turned it on its head, turned it into kind of a new deck, but at the same time it's the same deck, and I just kind of love where this deck went. This deck is called Christmas Land, and if you guys remember, not too long ago I came out with a deck called Mardu GIVETH, where we were just giving our opponent all sorts of tokens, and then we were getting value off of that with cards like Kambal, Profiteering Mare, and Generous Plunderer, and it was kind of insane, and I loved it. One of my favorite decks from last season, and we took that idea, and we took it, and we spun it in a completely different direction. We still have Generous Plunderer, we still have Kambal, but now we're using Jolly Gerbils and all of the new gift cards that can gift tokens to get insane amounts of value while we're doing similar things to what we were doing with that original version of the deck anyway. And like half the deck is new, and it kind of does the same stuff, but it does it even crazier. You're going to have to just check out the games. But before we get to breaking down the deck, make sure you like this video if you haven't already. It's you guys liking every video that helps this video to get out to so many people, helps the channel to grow. We screamed right past 10K. We're right on our way to 11K subscribers at this point, which is awesome. Thank you guys so much for the support. It honestly means more than I can say with words. I work so hard on this channel, 7 days a week. It's all I do from when I wake up and go to bed for the most part. And it just means a lot that you guys are supporting the channel. So thank you so much. If you're new here, subscribe so you never miss an upload. Tons of crazy deck techs on the way. And we're less than a month away from spoiler season for Duskmourn as well, which is going to be... It's like my most anticipated set for like the last year, so I'm really excited if you can't tell. I'm going to shut up now. We're going to break down the deck. Catch me live Monday through Friday on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/quarantined_Capricorn. Because if I'm alive and I'm breathing, I'm there and I'm streaming, I'm very tired and need some sleep. Let's break down the deck. Alright, so this deck is actually based off one of my favorite decks from last season from Outlaws of Thunder Junction Standard. That deck was called Mardu GIVETH, and the idea was we give our opponent a whole bunch of tokens, and we have Kambal out so that we can also get those tokens, and then we have Generous Plunderer so that we can swing in and deal a bunch of direct damage to their face based on all the artifact tokens that they have. And there are some ways in which that version of the deck is better than this version, but there are some new ways in which this version is better than that version. I'm not sure which one is the better version overall. It might be this one, but either way, I'm gonna link the old version Mardu GIVETH in the comments, in the description, so that you can check that out if you're interested. I recommend checking it out because there's a lot of interesting other things that we're doing in that version that are relevant and that might help you come up with your own kind of, I don't know, hybridized brew possibly in the future. But let's talk about this one, because what this one is doing is pretty crazy. So we're obviously running Kambal, Profiteering Mare. This is a 3-mana 2/4, and when he's on the battlefield, every time our opponent gets a token, we get a token if it's the first time they got a token this turn. It only triggers once per turn. But we can trigger this on our opponent's turn as well, so we can do it kind of 2 times per turn cycle. And the thing that isn't limited to once per turn is the fact that whenever we get a token entering under our control, our opponent's going to get drained for 1. They're going to lose 1 and we're going to gain 1. So being able to just put tokens onto the battlefield is going to let us drain a whole bunch of life from our opponent regardless of whether we're giving tokens to our opponent or not. But if we are able to give our opponent tokens, Kambal is able to give us those tokens as well. So we can get value off of giving our opponent tokens, which we can double down on with Generous Plunderer, a 2-mana 2/2 menace that we can make a treasure token during our upkeep, and if we do, our opponent gets a tapped treasure token. which is great because they can't use the mana right away to use like removal, to mess with our board state or whatever. They can use it on their turn, but giving them an extra artifact token means that Generous Plunderer's ability when it swings in does even more damage, because when it attacks, it gets to deal damage equal to the number of artifacts that player controls to that player's face. So, not only are you giving them an extra treasure token with the Plunderer every turn, but you're giving them a whole bunch of other tokens with pretty much every other card in this deck. So, the chance to hit for a ton of damage with Plunderer is crazy. And then also you're getting your own treasure token every turn, which isn't coming into play tapped, which means you can use it for mana right away. So the Plunderer is ramping you into being able to cast more things each turn cycle than you otherwise might be able to. And all of that is adding up to a whole bunch of value if you're getting tokens and if you're giving your opponent tokens. So how do we take advantage of this? We're using almost all of the gift cards. Anything that gifts our opponent a token, especially if it gifts them an artifact token, and especially if that artifact token is a food token, which is much better than giving them a treasure. And then with all of those things that we're gifting them tokens with, we're able to draw extra cards with Jolly Gerbils. This is a 2-mana 2/3. Whenever you gift a card, draw a card. So not only do we give them tokens that we can do extra damage when we swing with Plunderer with, we can actually get those tokens by giving them to our opponent if we have a combo. But now if we have Jolly Gerbils, all of those gifted tokens are also letting us draw a card, and it's important to note that all of the gift cards that we're using in this deck aren't gifting our opponent a card, they're all gifting tokens, which is way better than letting them draw a card. So the fact that we get to draw a card and they don't, they just get a token that we're able to get extra value off of with cards like Plunderer and Combo is just kind of insane. And then we can take all of this and push it over the top with 𝐷𝐿𝐼 Streetwise Lookout. Now, we're only running one copy of this guy, and it might be worth going up to extra copies because he's kinda nuts. So, 3-mana 2/2 Legendary Human Scout. Creatures you control with power 2 or less can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater, which means our Generous Plunderer, our Jolly Gerbils, our Combo can all potentially swing in unblocked depending on the opponent's board state. But what's especially good about 𝐷𝐿𝐼 is if an ability of a creature you control with power 2 or less triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. So all of those draining triggers from Combo are going to get extra triggers. All of the, get tokens with Combo, all of the drawing cards off of Gerbils when we gift something are going to get double triggers. All of the do damage to our opponent's face off the Plunderer are going to get double triggers. It gets really, really crazy. But let's go to the bottom of the curve and talk about all of the ways we're enabling all of these shenanigans. So, first of all, we've got Crumb and Get It as a 1-drop. It can buff a creature +2/+2 at instant speed, and it gifts an opponent a food, and if we gift them a food, we also give that creature indestructible. This is a really awesome way to give them an artifact token, to get that extra value off Plunderer and Combo, also draw a card off Gerbils, but be a way that we can protect our board state. If our opponent tries to use removal on one of those creatures, we can use Crumb and Get It while gifting a food to give it indestructible so that they don't kill our Combo or our Gerbils or whatever. And we can also use the buff to potentially block one of their creatures and kill it and blow them out, or maybe just swing in for extra damage if we're going for the kill. The card is very, very versatile, but at its core, just being able to, for 1 mana at instant speed, protect any of our key pieces while also gifting and setting up all of our synergies is kind of insane. We also have 4 Novice Inspector as a 1-drop because it's something we can play early, can come down on turn 1, give us a token. That token will count towards some of our token synergies, even though it won't trigger things like Jolly Gerbils. It will trigger the drain off Combo. And then when we're sacrificing the clue token to investigate, we can draw a card, and we've got another card later on that can get a little extra value from that as well. Moving on to our 2-drop slots, this is where we have the core of all of our gifting. Now we are playing 4 copies of Get Lost, even though that doesn't give a gift. So this is not going to synergize with the Gerbils, but it's too good to not play because 2 mana instant speed, destroy any creature, enchantment, or planeswalker is already insane. But the fact that we give them 2 map tokens means we get to trigger Combo and get those map tokens ourselves. We get to trigger Generous Plunderer for an extra 2 points of damage when we swing. Get Lost is just way too good to not include. But outside of that, everything gifts. So we have Parting Gust. Now, this doesn't gift an artifact, so it's not going to give us extra value for the Plunderer, but it almost doesn't matter because it's so good. 2 mana for an instant, you may gift a tapped fish. If you do, you just exile target non-token creature. So any problematic permanent is just gone for 2 mana at instant speed. They get a fish, which gives us a fish if we have Kambal, and triggers the drain, and we get to draw cards if we have Gerbils in play. And then we've also got Blooming Blast. This is another piece of removal for 2 mana. It's an instant, it gifts a treasure, and that's going to count towards our Plunderer. It's also going to give us a treasure if we have Kambal in play, and drain for 1, and it's going to draw us a card off Gerbils because we're gifting. But we get to deal 2 damage, take out a smaller creature threat at instant speed, deal 3 damage to the creature's controller, get a treasure ourselves if Kambal's in play, draw a card, just so much value off this. And what's cool too is you don't have to gift. So if you don't have any of your gifting payoffs in play, if you don't have the Kambal or the Gerbils or the Plunderer, and you don't want to give your opponent that treasure to use to ramp something out, you can just play it for 2 mana and kill a thing and not worry about gifting, not worrying about, you know, dealing the extra 3 damage to the controller. Just use it as removal. So the fact that you kind of have that versatility, that when you have the right setup, you can get really crazy value off it, but even if you don't have the right setup, you can just use it as removal. It's really, really nice. And then we also have Sazakap's Brew. This gifts a tap fish, so it's not an artifact. It won't work for the Plunderer, but it will work for everything else. It's instant speed, 2 mana. We discard a card and get to draw 2. So if we have the Gerbils in play, we get to draw 3 by discarding 1 card, which is insane. And if we are gifting that tapped fish in order to draw an extra card off the Gerbils, we also get to give something +2 attack until end of turn. Sometimes this allows like a fish token that we got earlier in the game because we made one for the opponent and then got one ourselves with Kambal, something like that. It allows us to turn that into something that trades with an actual relevant threat that's swinging in. So there is a lot of versatility to this card, ways to get extra value off that +2 power, even if we're not being aggressive in the moment. If we're being defensive, it allows us to trade crappy creatures for otherwise good creatures, while getting all of the insane value we can get off giving our opponent, you know, gifted tokens. And it's just kind of awesome. Moving on to the 3-drop slot, in addition to the cards we've already talked about, we do have a single copy of 𝑇𝑒𝑠, 2/3 Death Toucher. At the beginning of our end step, if we made an opponent lose life that turn, we get to investigate. Again, triggers all of our token synergies like Kambal. And then whenever a clue token is sacrificed, we get a 1/1 white and black spirit creature token with flying. So those clue tokens that we're making from the Novice Inspectors, as well as the ones that she's spitting out herself, are now going to start to give us 1/1 flyers. And that can get really crazy if you're getting, you know, maximum value off of that. So 1 𝑇𝑒𝑠 I think is worth running. And then we've got 1 𝐻𝐴𝐻𝐿, because this can come down for 3 mana. And whenever we attack with 1 or more non-gnome creatures, we put a counter on 𝐻𝐴𝐻𝐿, and then we get to attack with generate X 1/1 colorless gnome creature tokens that are also attacking, equal to the number of counters on them. So if you can get 𝐻𝐴𝐻𝐿 out early and keep it alive and swing for a few turns, you can just completely take over the board state with tokens, and every time you make those tokens, you can drain with Kambal, and it can just get really out of hand really fast. So I think at least 1 𝐻𝐴𝐻𝐿 is worth running. And remember, we have the Crumb and Get It. So a lot of times, if you save this for turn 4 and leave up the 1 mana to protect it with Crumb and Get It, you can make sure this thing stays alive while also triggering all of your other synergies, and it can just be really, really crazy. So that's basically the deck. It's Christmas Land. We're just giving our opponent everything, and then we're getting even more value off of it than they are. And honestly, our opponents really underestimate this deck most of the time, and they allow the artifacts to stick around, and then before they know it, a Plunderer is swinging in and just doing 7 to their face, and now they're down to like 3, and they're scrambling, trying to catch up. Meanwhile, we have a Kambal ready to just drain them out every time we make a token, so 3 is not a lot. So the deck can just do crazy, crazy stuff out of nowhere, and it gets really, really nutty. But don't take my word for it. Let's check out the games. I do want to point out we have one Cavern of Souls because we can name human, and all of our multicolor creatures here, they are all humans. So it does help us kind of fix our colors a little bit there. And we do have the one 𝐵𝑟𝑟𝑎𝑐ℎ as well in the mana base because we can start to create might tokens if we're out of gas. And since they're tokens, they can synergize with some of our synergies. So that's just super fun, man. I love this thing. I'm excited to potentially iterate on it in the future and do even more with this type of an archetype. But I think leaning into the gift mechanic with Gerbils and the fact that it lines up so well with what we're already kind of doing with Kambal in that Mardu GIVETH deck. Mardu GIVETH, might as well call it that, right? Really kind of makes it super cool and a super new twist on that deck that I really wanted to pursue. So I'm going to shut up now because I have a problem not shutting up when I get to the end of a deck tech, and we're just going to check out the game. So let's do that. Edgardo, no white mana, but we do have a 𝑠azicap's Brew. I think we're okay, even with no white mana. We can just discard our double white Parting Gust to the 𝑠azicap's Brew and draw 2, and hopefully draw into 1 white source. I guess we can probably wait, right? We're probably doing it, but if we're desperate, we can Blooming Blast. Stormcatch Mentor. Alright, that's fine. I'll take the 2. Dump you. Draw some cards. Play a white source. Lots of options now. We'll pass turn. Although, maybe I should kill the Stormcatch Mentor before he gets value off of it. Probably. Yeah, I probably should have just killed it on my turn to slow him down. Play another one. Let's just do this. Just get rid of the thing. I should have done it on my turn. But I mean, he didn't get any cost reduction off that talent, so it's not the worst thing ever. Another one? Oh god. Alright, so we're gonna have to kill this with the other Get Lost at some point. Swings for 4. We will grab a Plains. We will play a Jolly Gerbils. And we will pass the turn. We've got options here. We can Get Lost his creature. We can Crumb and Get It our creature to protect it. And then be a blocker. We've got possibilities. I think we wait and block with the Gerbils first. And then react depending on what he does. If he tries to blow us out and kill the gerbils, we can Crumb and Get It. And if he doesn't, we can get lost something else. Come on, 𝐻𝑎𝑣𝑒. No blocks. Instead, we will do this. Kill that, save ourselves some life. The gerbils are love. The gerbils are life. Okay? Hope you understand that. Map token on the mentor, sure. Well, that means you're not lightning striking our gerbils, which is nice. All right. We can do this. We can do this. I'm gifting so I can draw a card off the gerbils, not necessarily because I want him to have a treasure. Or not necessarily because I want to do 3 damage to him. But the card draw is worth it for sure. Now if he tries to kill something, we Crumb and Get It, protect it. And then next turn we can play Kambal and hold up Crumb and Get It. And that should be really good. Wow, it's just drawing cards. Draw a card off the GIF. Kill his dude. And all is right in the world. I think we just go for it now. Just slam everything and just go to town next turn. Come on, 𝐻𝑎𝑣𝑒. Show me what you got. You could level up your Storm Chaser's talent. Get back your Meeting of Minds. That's a thing you could do. Alright. Plunderer, take action. Give you a treasure, give me a treasure. Drain you for 1. Oh, baby, baby. Let's draw off the clue. Another land, but at least that's white for next turn. And we will attack with everything. And hold up protection. Because that's what we do in these parts. Well, that doesn't help. +2/+2 and indestructible. An argument could be made that I should have held on to that, but I really wanted to draw the card, guys. I think if I was up against like a black deck or a white deck, where I was really worried about removal that wasn't damage based for my combo, I probably would have held on to it. To make sure I can protect the combo. Yeah, you kind of have to run the fast lands these days. You don't get the best of both worlds like when the slow lands were around. You have to decide if it's worth it to be a little bit slower later on in order to make sure you can play stuff on turn 1. The only other options for lands for a 3-color deck are going to require a tapped land at some point. And that translates to you basically not playing anything on turn 1. You play your tapped land on turn 1, get it out of the way. I think we decline for now. Jeez Louise. Our deck is just flooding us. Maybe I should have took him up on the offer. Just because it would have drained off of combo. But I'm worried about him having so much mana that he just plays everything out of his hand. There's definitely going to be plenty of decks that don't want to use these fast lands, for sure. But it really comes down to, like, if you're a deck that you need to play something on 1, 2, and 3, and you don't have many expensive things that are 4 or more, it makes sense to just kind of double down on fast lands. But if you're a deck that is using like 4 drops and 5 drops, you really have to be more careful, and you kind of have to just deal with the fact that you're not really running any 1 drops that you plan to cast on 1. You kind of have to choose one or the other. We had an embarrassment of riches when it came to dual lands and tri lands in standard until rotation. So, yeah. Drain for 1. Draw a card. Jeez, these lands are crazy. Human. Alright, he's gotta have some kind of removal, right? Wicked Slumber again. Crazy. He goes to 1, and now he can't make a token or he dies. Because we get the token off a combo, and it triggers Kambal's Drain. He's gonna have to use those food. Does he forget that he has food? I think he forgets that he has food. Yeah, we gotcha. We gotcha. This is not a great hand, but it's doable. We'll keep it. Dog seems to be excited. We're going to start with a Fabled Passage. Pass the turn. We're going to crack it for a Plains. Want to make sure we have as much white mana as possible, since we've already got a Sulfurous Springs here. Makes sense to me. I assume he hits the Get Lost? Makes us use the Blooming Blast on it? No, he'll probably take the Blooming Blast and make us waste the Get Lost, so that we don't have the Get Lost to use on a bigger creature later. Blooming Blast can only kill a 2-drop. Yeah, I think that was a mistake on his part. Or, no, not a mistake on his part. That's what he wanted to do. Force us to use the Get Lost, so we don't get to keep it around. But, do I even care? I don't think I even care yet. I'm just gonna play the Gerbils. My only wish to gift a fish. So juicy, sweet. I don't want to discard a card. That's lame, man. I probably shouldn't have discarded that one, to be honest. Because we could have drawn an extra card off the gerbil. Alright, let's do this. And then attack 2. Just try to get as much on board as we can while we can. Investigator, dump the gerbils. Mater Sandwich redeemed a custom card. We'll do that after this game. Apologies, Mater. My only wish to catch a fish. So juicy, sweet. Give me all the things. All the things that are good. Thank you. Thank you for all the things that are good. No attacks. So we're managing to keep a decently healthy hand size here, which is nice. We're getting clue tokens off the investigator, which is also nice. And then next turn we can Parting Gust it. Yeah, definitely get rid of the Blooming Blast. We need the Gust. We need the Gust. Our life drain should make things okay for us, though. Oh man, Delny. Could you imagine? I only wish to gift a fish. So juicy, sweet. I need it in my life. Delny. Here we go, buddy. Let's do it. Alright, we got him down to 9. We got a pretty big board. He's only got 2 cards in hand. We just gotta out-tempo him. Because if he can just get both of these bandits' talents fully leveled up and, like, stay alive for a few turns like that, he'll just steamroll value and eventually roll over us. So if we can keep him on the back foot by out-tempoing him, we should be okay. Huh. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Just attack with everything. I'm tempted to crack a clue first. Maybe we draw a land and then still play Teysa. But I think we'll just play Teysa and call it a day. I think it'll be fine. Get all the triggers, baby. That's 4 clue tokens. We got 2 because of Delny's double trigger. And I think we're swinging in for lethal next turn. Yeah, the bandit's talents are just going to be too slow. We need to draw into removal. No dice. No dice. This looks good. We'll keep it. Ooh, more land. Alright, start with the Vantage. We're up against black. Do we save Jolly Gerbils for turn 3? So that we can hold up protection? I think we do. It might be a little bit greedy, but I think it's smart. Hi, you can have a fish instead. Instead of a 2/2. We'll save ourselves 1 life and turn your 2/2 into a 1/1. Play the Gerbils. Play them. Pass a turn. It's time to gerbil. You're a dick. Oh, you're such a dick. At least you don't get a food. You dick. The masked coyote is on my shit list. Wanted to get that out there. Pass a turn. Plunderer coming in. The power of fish compels you. The power of fish compels you. Maters gets it. Do it. Whatever it is you're gonna do. Sure. Sure. Gets -1, -1. I mean, do we just get lost to Swift Spear? Or do we Crumb and Get It? I think we just get lost to Swift Spear, honestly. And the -1 doesn't matter at that point. Palace Sellsword. Give me stuff. Alright. You got a Brew. You got a Crumb and Get It. You can cast both of them if you want. We're going to pass the turn. What a time to be alive. Show me. Show me what you got. And it becomes the target of a spell. Well, nothing we can do about that, right? It's gonna put a +1/+1 counter on it. There's also nothing we can do about that. We can give him fish. That doesn't help us. We need to block. We need to be able to block. I want you to live, Plunderer. Live. I will gift another tapped fish. Because I can. And that will draw 3 cards instead of 2. And that will be glorious. Go ahead, crack the food, gain your life. We've got some nice blooming blasts. We've got a get lost. Oh, this is beautiful. This is just beautiful. Let's get rid of you and give you some map tokens. Let's Blooming Blast you. Give you a treasure. Let's Blooming Blast you and give you a treasure. Draw another card. Just draw all the cards. And then let's attack. 6. Boom. Get you to 7. Can you kill me in a turn? Do you have 6 points of haste damage? Do you? I don't know. Maybe. Definitely possible. Really depends what that last card in his hand is. If it's a shock... Nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing to worry about. One, two, three, four. It'd be 5, 6 if we double up triggers with Delny. Trying to figure out how to do this. If Kambal's in play, we drain for 1. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drain for 1 because of Tesa. Or if we Delny and Kambal, we don't actually make any tokens, right? We get you to 1. 6. There's like every possible combination of 6 damage. And I just can't get to 7. I think we need to go with whichever thing gains us the most life. So we do Kambal and Tesa. And that will bump us up to 3. So he can't just shock us. He has to have a lightning strike. Or a considerable amount of trample damage. My nose is itchy again. It's my allergies. We block. And then we attack and kill you. That was close. That was so close. This is fine. One more white mana and we're super happy. And we've even got 2 Plunderers. So if they take out the first Plunderer, we've got a backup, which is really nice. Alright, we're going to start with the Novice Inspector. Swift Spear. Clearly a block would be a waste there. You do what you're going to do. I knew it. Trample. Freaking trample, bro. Tempted to just Blooming Blast instead of Generous Plunderer. It's probably better to just get out the Plunderer though, even if we have to trade like 2 for 1. I think that's the plan right now. Double block the Scamp. He'd have to buff its toughness too, and it doesn't have prowess. Oh, there it is. We'll take it, I guess. It's got trample, so it doesn't really matter. It's got trample, so it doesn't really matter. We've got a treasure. Kinda want to Blooming Blast it. Probably makes more sense to Parting Gust it at instant speed, right? Yeah, let's just pass. If we Parting Gust it at instant speed, he doesn't get the death trigger. So we wait until he gets greedy and buffs it. Hello, Alchemist, sure. Audacity. Kind of want him to use up more of his mana, but I also don't want him to draw a card. So we'll just do it like that. No card for you, sir. No blocks. Take the 2. Scamp. I think we fetch a red. No, I kinda want a white. So we've got a Blooming Blast. We've got a Get Lost. All things that are good. All things that are good. I think we get a little crazy. Pass the turn. We're going to play another Plunderer. We're going to hold up one removal spell. I could have held up both, which might have been the smarter play. But if we can leverage our Plunderer and somehow turn that into removal, that would be better. Alright, so we're going to go Scamp. And 2 blockers there. Monstrous Rage on the Scamp. No. You can ping us. That's it. That's all you get. We go to 2. Is that last card a shock? It's not a shock. It's not a shock. Ping for 4. Hit for 2. We might be able to pull this off. If he draws a shock or a lightning strike at any time, we're dead. But because he wants to target his own stuff, he might not even have very much removal in there. It might be more buff stuff. And if that's the case, all of this instant speed interaction is going to be insane. End turn. We pretty much win next turn. If we can stay alive here. Aloe Alchemist. Sure. What is that last card? What is it? Picnic Ruiner. So you have one fish. Oh, the fish has trample? I didn't realize the fish had trample. We go to 1. Oh my god, dude. This is crazy. Gift the treasure. Swing. He has to sack the treasure in response, right? It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter because he took 3 from the Blooming Blast. We got him. We got him, dude. Hell yeah. Alright, I'm gonna keep this. It looks pretty good. Evonius. We're gonna start with the Inspiring Vantage and jam an Inspector. My dogs are panting behind me. They must be excited about the deck, right? It's gotta be that. We are going to attack Mr. Beauregard. And we'll play the Jolly Gerbils. Come on, Avonius. I'm gonna give you some gifts. Maybe don't gift them tapped fish right now. Maybe not that. Maybe not that. You know? We shall swing. Do we want our guy to survive? Or do we not care? I don't think we care. Although, we're gonna buff them up like crazy if we give them a tapped fish, so... This way, it'll actually just kill both. And the turn. We get to draw a Get Lost. Which is pretty nice. Are you gonna take out our Jolly Gerbils? Oh, Squirrel redeemed Look to My Coming on the 3rd day. Good lord. I'm gonna have to find the hat. Alright, let's find the land, and then let's go find the hat. Alright, our turn. Mr. Hat. Mr. Hat, is that you? Why are you hiding behind the couch, Mr. Hat? This man thinks he's a wizard. He's no wizard. He's no wizard. I don't think I trust the attack with a forest. We'll hold off. No attacks. No attacks. We don't need to attack him. He's not even a wizard. Give me your bunnies. Give me your bunnies, bitch. A wizard takes precisely what he means to. You don't even have trample. Pathetic. Pathetic! So pathetic. So pathetic. Hi. I know you like rabbits, but I think you should consider fish. Oh, give me cards. Give me life. Let me do all of the things. How wonderful. How wonderful. How wonderful. Let's just attack. Sounds good to me. And he calls himself a wizard. Pollen shield hair. Sure. Sure. That's fine. That's fine. Nobody cares. We've got another combo. Another combo, guys. And we've got to get lost. Do you know how much damage Plunderer is going to do? It's going to be glorious. Welcome to Earth. Sorry. Welcome to Earth. Middle Earth. Middle... Upper Earth? Lower Earth? What's so great about the middle? Hello, Mr. Rabbit. You better hop to it. Oh, more for me. Glorious. Thank you. Ha ha! Touché! You are no wizard. There is no wizard here but I. Alright, we're gonna try and keep this. We've got lots of removal. Start with a Novice Inspector. He's gonna think we're playing Convoke. But we are not playing Convoke. Ooh, Jolly Gerbils. Let's play it. The time has come. The time has come for Gerbils to take over. Swift Spear. Absolutely nothing. They're like all instant speed too. So we don't have to do crap. Although if we did kill something on our turn, we could have drawn another card and it might have been a land. So maybe we should have. Heartfire Hero. Well. We'll exile the Picnic Ruiner and draw a card. That's some bad luck. We will exile the Heartfire Hero and draw a card. Hey, a land that we can't use. Dude, this was the worst. Not only is this a really bad matchup for our first game, worst fucking curve ever. Can't block. Really? You're not gonna swing with those? Okay. So why'd you make the Inspector not be able to block? Some people are weird, man. Some people are weird. Yeah, we got all the wrong shit. He did his job. Thank you for the nectar, Chunky. Oh, I want pizza. I need pizza. I'm so hungry. They're gonna get real big. But he's only got one card left in his hand, so I'm gonna do it like this. He has to use his trick and lose his guy. Oh. He doesn't have a trick. Oh, okay. Let's get rid of you. and give you a treasure. Because who needs a treasure? Draw a card off the gerbils. We got Crumb and Get It. Crumb and Get It. This really was, like, super unlucky. We have 3 basics in the whole deck. We got 2 of them as our first 3 lands. And we just got all the cards that are best with combo with no combo. Like the 3 Get Losts, which don't work with the gerbils. They're like the only thing that works with combo, like the gift cards, that don't work with gerbils. What do we get? Gerbils instead of combo, 3 Get Losts. Alright. We shall commence with the swingeth. Do we get lost? We could. But no. End the turn. We'll hold up, get lost, and try to stay alive. Could also Crumb and Get It. Another Heartfire hero. Another Heart Challenger. Picnic Ruiner. No. There will be none of that. Get out of here. There will be none of that. Make a decision. Ah, you need to be aggressive, purple guy. Thank you. That's what I was thinking. We're gonna take 4, which is very scary. Dude, what is up with this? 3 Get Lost, 3 Crumb and Get It's, 2 Parting Gusts. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We do have lethal. So I think we just win. This was really close. Let's buff a dude and draw a card and get the win. We somehow pulled out the win there, but it was awkward. Alright. We'll try this one. Start with Inspiring Vantage. I think we're probably going gerbils on 2. Plays nothing. Okay. Gerbils on 2. Would you like to kill my gerbils? Because I kind of just want to give you gift. Just wanted to give you a gift, and you spat in my face. Face spitter. How rude. My only wish to gift a fish. Tasty sweet. Cliff top lookout. Shore. Shore, 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 shore. I wonder how jolly the gerbils actually are. You know? I would like a fish token, wouldn't I? I believe I would. What you got? What you got for me? What kind of shenanigans you got for me? Show me. You telegraphed it. Show me. 𝐻𝑎𝑣𝑒's Smite. Well, we'll get all the value. That's fine. That's fine. We'll get all the value. Make you waste your 𝐻𝑎𝑣𝑒's Smite. Roxanne? Good thing it won't be enough to kill anything. Oh, we get a meteorite. Sick. Nice. You like? I like. Alright. Human. My only wish to catch a fish. Discard a card. Done. Give me a fish. And draw me a card off the gerbils. And play a Novice Inspector to get more pings, and also play another gerbil. Using my meteorite, apparently. And then also attack with my gerbils and offer the trade with Roxanne. You will take it! How wonderful, I'm out of gift cards. I guess we'll go like this. Map it up. Sure, we'll keep that. Good old Jolly Gerbils. Lightning helix my gerbils. That's just rude. That is just rude. Sure. Don't know why you put it on the thing that doesn't have trample. Blooming Blast. We have no ways to draw cards anymore. I guess we've got to go Clue. Parting Gust looks glorious. We will gift you a tapped fish. And ourselves. Because that is what we do. Then, I will gift you a treasure. And I will get a treasure as well. Oh wait, no, that only triggers once a turn. Shucks. We're gonna do a little bit of this. Ooh, ain't a bacal. I'll take it. Let's swing. Pass a turn. This deck's gnarly, bro. It's so cool. I don't know if it's the most powerful thing ever, but the synergy is so glued together. It's wonderful. We'll get a meteorite as well. And, I mean, I guess we'll just go straight to your head. Thank you for the meteorite. Salvation Swan. Ooh, ooh, give me another meteorite. When you play a Roxanne, I take 2 damage. When I play a Roxanne, you take 3 damage and I gain a life. Dragonhawk, huh? That's pretty cool. That's gonna be some damage, I think. We need to make the 𝐻𝑎𝑣𝑒 deck. We need to do it. Well, we're not making it through. But we can trigger our 𝐻𝑎𝑣𝑒 and drain for 1. And who knows? Maybe next turn we can have some fairy tale Christmas land bullshit. Roxanne is back. Nice! Kill the Salvation Swan. Although, arguably, we should have just done another 2 to the face. Putting him at 2. It would have been cool. Can he do enough damage swinging? Alright, he's got Get Lost. He's got another Roxanne. I don't even think he can play Roxanne. Oh no, Kambal! Rude. That was our road to victory. Where's our road now? Where we're going, we need roads. I don't know, guys. Parting Gust. Parting Gust. Parting Gust. Get some counters. Come on, baby. No! Alright, let's thin out the deck before we do that again. We need more counters. It's the key. It's the key to victory. Alright. Let's do it right this time. Give me a counter. Thank you. Gift to tap fish. Exile the Carnosaur. Swing! What you got? Block there and there. Take 2, go 2. Oh, maybe you're dead now. Yep, that's exactly 12. He's got us. By George, I think he's got us. Temporary lockdown, huh? I think Crumb and Get It gets us the win. We just put it on an unblocked creature and buff it up. Oh, we only do 5 that way. So maybe we don't get the win. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, we're dead. We're dead. We are dead. We are dead. You are at 1, and we are dead. I miscounted. I thought for sure we had lethal with the buff on one of the tokens. Can you tell that I've been streaming for almost 12 hours? GG's. Thanks so much for checking out my channel. I'd like to give a huge shout out to all of my patrons over at Patreon. Without you guys, this channel would not be possible, so honestly, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your contributions. If you haven't yet, like and subscribe. The more likes we get and the quicker we get them, the bigger this channel will grow and the faster it will grow. I'd love nothing more than this channel to become something very special for you guys, but it's entirely up to you how fast that happens. Also, if you'd like more deck text, that's somewhere over there. And if you'd like to see what else the channel's been up to lately, that's somewhere up that way. Also, subscribe, circle below, do all the things.